What's up, guys? This is Justin back with our next playthrough in this series. We're starting our second quest table. This is where we're gonna go back into the dungeon. We've done our upkeep, we've done all that sort of stuff. So we're gonna go back into the dungeon and try to complete our quests. We've got our gear, everything set up. We've got our minions out. So really the only thing left to do, I think, because we went over our goals. Remember, we've got a couple different goals this time. Number one, we've got to complete and kill 4 skeletal archers, orc archers. We've got 2 of those completed, killed. We need to work on 4 more. And I have an idea about how to do that, because when you kill the monsters, they're supposed to be shuffled back into the deck, which means who knows how long it would take to find 4 more. So what I'm considering is, in the same way that we do the guardian roll, that we use a second token and kind of do a minion spawn roll since we're hunting these. I think thematically it makes sense. So we take and we just use a separate token and use the same thing as do a guardian. If we go to minion phase and we need to spawn one, we'll roll that die. If we roll that die and it is what it would be for a guardian, then we would spawn that specific type of minion. And then once we get to the point where we have 6 out on the board, then we won't do that anymore. We'll just, whatever comes from that point on. But I think that's what we should do. I think thematically that makes sense. Just because shuffling it up, you could spend a lot of time. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're just running around killing minions, then I suppose you could probably, find a lot more quicker. But I just feel like kind of thematically that makes sense. So if you will indulge me in that. A couple things that I did want to go over. Again, I think I mentioned these in the last video, but I want to make sure I say this again, mostly for myself. Traps, when we find a trap token, we do need to flip it over to see whether it really is a trap or not. Make sure we're drawing champions in the chambers and not minions. We've got 3 actions per person. We've got to remember we have the torches now, so far everybody gets +2 additional movement. We've got some more gear, so when we do checks and whatnot, we'll have to look at that a little bit more. And this is the part where this smaller table is a problem, because you can see I don't have a whole lot of room to set out all the gear, which is what I would love to do for every person. That way I could just look across, and that's one of the things that I'm most looking forward to when I get my 8-foot table. I will have the area in which to do that, where I can set everybody, together like in a row, and have enough room to set their stuff out that they've got equipped, and then have the boards to the side and all that sort of stuff. And so, yeah, it's just going to make life much easier for me. But until that happens, I got to do what I got to do. We'd have mining picks for everybody, torches. We have the blessing of the angel for our paladin. We got the crap blessing for the battle mage. And I think that's pretty much it. So we're starting out full. Everybody's starting out on full. So I think let's get started. So the first thing we do, of course, is the upkeep phase. And we start out with torches. So we'll roll the orange die. So on a D12, if we roll a 12, the torch goes out. Sorry, on a 1 or 2, the torch goes out. So this is for our paladin. Okay, well, his torch is immediately snuffed. You get a crap torch, I guess. And the battle mage is a 9, so she's okay. So, wow, that is a bummer. We don't have anything channeled. Initiative tokens. I think we're gonna maybe alternate for now. so we can work on, well, I don't know. They may just go separate ways. Yeah. Well, they'll both, oh gosh, I don't know. We'll do, let's do all the paladins and then all the battle mages first. Because I think most of the time, I think I'm going to use the battle mage really as the minion killer. So there's her 4 through 6. I think we're going to use her as kind of like the minion slayer because it's easier for her to do. And then let the paladin be able to go into those chambers and do that longer combat because he's got the heals and he's got some ways to deal with that. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do for that. We don't have any teleporting. We're obviously not at that point. So the next phase is going to be our encounter phase, which in the first round we draw the top card, and if I set it up right, it is the interlude card, so nothing happens. So we get one turn of relative peace. Guardian phase. Next, we're rolling. So we're just going to be, trying to clip through this because at this point, if you guys have watched 15 or 16 of these, you should be pretty knowledgeable about the order of operations here. So Guardian roll, and that did reset whenever we went back into the dungeon. So we roll a 2 is nowhere near a 20. So that's going to go down on the board to a 19. And that is the Guardian roll. And so, yeah, now we're going to go to the hero phase. We're going to go to our Paladin, and he is going to start us off at the siege tile. Alright, so here we are at the siege tile. You'll see right here is the guardhouse. Remember, part of our quest was we had to go to the guardhouse and find the key. So we're going to have to go into both of these, or one of these rooms, maybe both, depending on whether we find the key or not. Or both, if we just want to check things out. So, that's what that means to begin with. That's right, it's our faithful friend, Movement, who we've all come to know and love or hate. So he gets his D6 plus 2. Now, we need to make sure, does he have any special abilities that increases movement? And of course he does not, because that torch went out on us, so it's just going to be a regular D6 plus 2 for... Oh, we got to get those tokens. We got to put our forget-me-nots down, or we're going to be in trouble again. I'm going to be trying to do stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing. While I'm at it, I'm going to grab a token for that Guardian track to track spawn right there. Alright, so here's our 2 action tokens to remind us. First one is going to be a move. D6 plus 2. 5 and 2 is a 7. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's literally 1 short. So he's going to use his second move, and surprise, surprise, he's got enough to get into the chamber. So he goes into the chamber, and there is a quest item in here. May be the key, may not be the key. We don't know. But we're going to be fighting a level 2 champion. So let's go over here and draw our level 2 champion and see what he's got going on. And I'm going to show you the combat app as well. I haven't showed that yet. It's an alternative. If you don't want to roll the dice, I prefer usually to roll the dice to determine which combat goes. But this app will shuffle and randomize the warfare types. It will roll your dice for you, and then you just apply your modifiers. And it will do, excuse me, it will do loot and gold rolls too. So it is it's a pretty cool app if you want to go the app direction. I tend to not want to do that just because if there is an app, I prefer that the app is an optional thing, not a required thing. Just because and there's pros and cons, I guess, to this train of thought, but I prefer to know that in 10 years, if I still have this game and I don't have a device that supports that app, because that was done by somebody or the company, and the company's no longer there, or they've moved on to other IPs and newer versions, and they don't want to support the older versions for all the different devices there are out there, that I can pull out a deck of cards and some dice, and while it may be more fiddly and take more time, I at least have that option. That's just me personally, but to each his own. Okay, enough of that. So let's go over here and let's see what champion, level 2 champion, we're going to be fighting. Alright, here we are. So here's our champion deck. So we're going to shuffle that up. Make sure we don't have any shenanigans going on there. Alright, and then we're going to take our level 2 champion and see who we're fighting. What are we fighting? We're fighting Blackhand Thurier. Alright. Level 2, 2 life force, 4 health. Noxious vapors. Before combat, each hero must test wisdom to negate the effect of the vapors. On a fail, roll a d6, and things happen. Oh, we do not want to roll 6 because we can only defend for the entire battle. Oh, that's gross. Oh, man. Okay, well, so let's take a quick look at the app, and let's see how the app works, and then we'll set our combat up, and I'll take you through the app, and we'll see. So give that an option, and then I won't be using this the whole time, but I did want to take the time to actually show this to you guys. So let's go to the app. So here's the app. Once you get into it, basically you have this screen. At the screen, you're going to pick. It's very simple, really. You're going to pick the warfare types. So in this case, we have spiritual, we have ranged, and we have arcane. So it randomly puts them there. You can choose randomize. It's going to put them all in a different place. It's going to show you where it put them. So that would be the order from left to right. Now, alternatively, you can use that and you can say, okay, I'm going to do ranged, then arcane, then spiritual. There's a button for roll, so if you want the app to roll the dice for you, you can do that. So we'll go ahead and, well, actually, you know what? Before we do anything, we have to. Each hero must test wisdom. So this is another way to use. Well, you can't. So you'll notice that there's not a way to roll a d20 yet. So we'll actually have to go back to the board, and I'll show you that. So the loot and gold roll happens after you do combat, after you roll in the app, so you can't use it for that purpose. So yeah, we're gonna do that wisdom check, right? So remember, our wisdom on our guy is our paladin with his freaking torch that's already burnt out. That is ridiculous. It's a 3. During this combat, let's pull out all the stuff that's going to matter, right? So he's got this pendant of lost souls, just going to help him. This thing has 4 health, but it is, if you remember this card, remember this gives +1 damage against that monster type, and guess what? He is that monster type, so we're going to be using that. And then we also have our treads, right? That gives us the +3 to everything that we have. So with all that, and I'm not going to use any special powers or anything like that yet. With all that, we have to do a wisdom roll. So we've got our hero's wisdom, which is 3. We've got our treads, which is another 3, so that's 6. And I believe this target number is what? 13? So a 13. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's willpower, wisdom. It's wisdom, right? Yeah. Wisdom 13, yeah. Okay, just making sure I'm using the right thing. So it's wisdom. That's a total of 6. We need a 13. So we need a 7 or better to pass this check. Oh, man, that was close. Oh, you can't see that very well. Let me move this down and see that a little bit. There we go. So that's a pass. And that says before combat, so it only happens once. So we're good with that. So now let's go back to our combat app. So here we go. I put in everything. Spiritual, ranged, arcane. It already has them loaded up for us. So I'm going to hit roll. It rolls those dice for us. So now, instead of us rolling, we can go and we can look. And since this is chamber combat, we're going to go all the way through each one of these. Now you can do this with the minions and just take the first one that's on there and use that as your one, your one action. And if you kill them, you can use the loot and go roll. But this just makes it, I guess, if you'd rather not roll dice, I like to roll the dice. I think it's just fun to roll dice. But this is an option. So first thing we're going through with is ranged. And the ranged, it doesn't show very well on there, does it? So let me go out. There we go. That's weird. There we go. Now it shows you. Is a 10. We needed a 12, but with range we've got +2, so that's a 12. +4 is a 16, and we're obviously using this bow. So that's a hit, right? And this gives us +1 for that type, so that's a 4 damage. Well, in one shot, boom, Black Hand Thurier, he's out of here. He's gone. So, finished. Now, here's the thing. Now we need to do a loot and gold roll, right? Yeah, we got to do that. So here's the button for that. So let's hit that. Rolling. Ooh. Oh, see. Okay, this isn't, there it goes. I just have to make it move to catch up. I'm using a wireless thing to make this thing, so it's a little bit off. So it's an 18. Well, guess what? We have a 9+ and a 16+. If we go back and look at our card, a 9+ and a 16+. So yeah, we just made that roll. So we're gonna get 100 gold first, which is awesome. That never happens. That is definitely a departure from the standard operating procedure. So here's 100 gold for that. And then we're also going to get a treasure. So we're going to draw treasure off the top of our loot deck. And we get Cloak of the Shadow Lord. Ooh, +4. Oh, wow. +4 to arcane. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. And it has a gem slot. So we may, man, I wonder if we can transfer a gem. I have to look that up. If we could transfer that into this, that would give us +4 in arcane, where right now we have a +1. We have plenty in archery because we've got 4 with the bow, but that would give us a bunch in arcane as well. Something to consider. So that's going to go into our bag of holding. Because remember, that's how the inventory works. So yeah, that's wow. Okay, cool. That is awesome. That's going to go onto his board. That was a good turn. So this guy gets wiped out, gets shuffled back into the champion's deck, and yeah, cool. Now that was both activations of our paladin. So now we got to look. Remember when we did that, there was a quest item in there. We got to look and see, is the quest item what we're looking for? No, it is not. Okay, so we know that the key is in, unfortunately, in the other location. So, let's go. So now you've seen the app. I probably won't use the app again, but I did want to take that chance to show that to you. Let you know that it's out there. So, it's a free download if you want it on the App Store. And definitely check it out if that's something you're interested in. All right, so let's go back to our hero and get him moving on to the next room. Alright, so here we are. The other guardhouse location is right here. So that is probably where we're going to head next. Remember, this is his second activation. So here's his activation token. And of course, here are our 2 tokens. First activation is going to be a move. And that is going to be our D6. Ooh, good lord. 4. Big mover. 1, 2, 3, 4. And second activation is move. Now, this is a different activation than before, so we have enough move to go into the chamber and be able to fight. 3. Wow. So 1, 2. We just barely make it in there. We'll set this over here. That token is gone. And in this chamber we find... Oh, okay. Well, we find an empty chamber. So... when we look at the chest item, it is, of course, the Jade Key that we were looking for. So now he can unlock the green doors over in the solar and the throne room. And we've got to clear that whole thing out. So, that takes care of... Actually, that takes care of his second activation. So his third activation is... he needs to head up there. So we're actually going to kind of backtrack and go this way just because there's some traps over here. Well, we got to open... Oh, man. This is what Roger does. He places the trap so that you got to go through them at some point. So I guess he's going to continue on to this corner this way because that is where we've got some... the watchtower where he's going to have to clear out those rooms anyway. So, third and final activation. We're going to start with a move. Whoa, 6, 7, 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is first activation. Alright, and like I said, we're going to have to go through traps pretty much to get there from this direction either way. We could go the long way around, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So his third activation... Yeah. Oh wait, is this his second? Oh god, I've done it again. This is still his second activation. It's not his third activation. Second activation is going to be another move. I'm going to go down and around for 7. So 5. So for 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we take a look at the trap token. Oh crap, it is actually a trap. We got Admiral Akbard. So we go to our trap deck. Remember, we have 1 movement left. So we're going to shuffle up the trap deck. Let's see, some of those are backwards. Give it a good cut. And our trap is the pit. Oh man, the pit and pendulum. This is a permanent trap. Tracking down a long corridor, the hero notices blood spattered upon the wall. Suddenly, a loud swoosh is heard from behind, followed by a huge pendulum heading towards the hero. Test evade 15. Okay, so our evade. Wow. Our evade. Oh, evade, not agility. Okay. No, that doesn't really help me any at all. My evade is 1. We get +3 from our gems. That's a 4. So we need an 11 or better to pass. Can you see that? It's a 5. On a fail, they are struck. Roll 2d6. The result is damage taken. Oh. My lord. Alright, 2d6. 3 plus... Oh my god, 5. Oh, these traps. Okay. Well, let's just say that it's a good thing he has healing potions and essences to help make the boo-boos go away. So he's going to take 8. He's at 13. That takes him all the way down to 5. And I think that stays there. The result of damage taken. In addition, test physical resistance. Okay, well, the good news is his physical resistance is 4. Oh, wow, that's not good, though. It's only 4. Oh, man. So against 16, so it needs 12 or better for this. 10, okay. Awesome. I'm going to fail this hero is stricken with a physical affliction. This ends the hero's turn. Well, that is... Oh, wait, you know what? This may not be. We can see if this is actually... Okay, no, it's not. I forget that. I remember that was treasure chest. So, he's going to take a bunch of damage, and he's going to take bleeding 1. So, at the start of every upkeep, he loses a health. Wow. That is so gross. I mean... As a free action, though, here's what he's going to do. Free action, he gets this. But remember he has this. Remember when we started, we bought potions? Remember one of the potions we bought was an elixir? Cure all afflictions when consumed. He's going to go ahead and quaff that down. Now, unfortunately, that is used. So he doesn't have another one if that happens again. But at least he had that one on him. So that's a plus. That ends his turn. So that ends his activation. Second activation. So we will go on with his third activation. Alright. Man. Oh, sorry. Let's get his token here. Third activation. He's going to continue on around. So this trap goes back into the trap deck and is shuffled back into the trap deck. Those traps are just no good. All bad. What sucks is even if I use the scalable reference card, he still wouldn't have made it with a -3. He'd have still only been an 8. So he'd have failed either way. Alright. He's going to do movement. That's what's going to happen next. And there is a treasure chest in the corner. So, he's going to move and he's going to be able to make it to that treasure chest. Well, just barely. That's why I got him the torch, but, the torch went out, so he's got 3 movements, so 1, 2. We want to pick up the treasure chest, we have to stop there. We're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, come on, treasure chest. Be something good. Don't be something stupid. Treasure card. Oh, empty. Empty. Well, that sucks. I mean, I guess, to be fair, that's better than, taking damage or whatever, because as is our apparent lot in this playthrough, we love damage. Damage is apparently our middle name. I'm going to shuffle that card back into the treasure deck. And that goes back over there, and then we're going to take his next action. Oh, should we heal? Yeah, we probably should. So we're going to go ahead and use a free action. We're going to go ahead and use one of his healing potions that he has. Remember, he only has one of these. So he's going to go ahead and use it. Might as well. Adding 6 health, so he's going to go from 5 to 11. Man, that is harsh. Harsh. But, I mean, the positive is he's got that angel, right? So, for healing hands and the other stuff he's got that he can channel, he at least has access to some essence. So that's a plus. So, roll for movement. That's a 4. 1, 2, boom. He's in there. So now this is level. Remember, this is level 2 quest. So this could be a level 2, or this could be a level 3. It's a level 2 champion. So let's go to the board and see what he's going to fight this time around. All right, here we go. Champion time. Level 2 champion time. Level 2 champions. Fighting Blackhand Blade Master. Ooh, interesting. That's new. Oh, look at that. It's that same symbol, so we're going to get +1 damage against him. Oh, man, he's got 5 health. So we're not going to be able to one-shot him. We're going to have to hit him twice. Gosh, look at his spiritual. He uses mythical, spiritual, and chaos. So, wow, he's definitely not the best person to mess with him. Blackhand Blade. On any failed warfare roll a hero makes, that hero takes the damage listed and must test evade to avoid any further damage from the Blackhand. On a fail, roll a d3. Result is damage taken -1. Ooh, so if we fail to hit him, he hits us back for 1 or 2 additional damage plus whatever we failed. Oh, wow. That is brutal. You do not want to screw around with these guys. And, oh, well, I guess it's a good thing we healed up. So, all right. So we have mythical. We've got spiritual. She's decent at spiritual. Of course, it's at 15. And chaos, she is not good at all. Oh man, get that out of the way. This could be a bad round for him. This is why you want to get like those like earrings and amulets and stuff like that, because you can use those for these like chaos, mythical stuff like that you could like offset those penalties, right? And even if it's not the weapon you're using, if it's like an armor, necklace, rings, all that counts, right, during combat. It's like these boots count. Now, we're not using ranged, but if we do have to do some sort of roll like that evade, that's going to add +3 to us. So, all right, what are we going to roll first? What are we going to do first? We're going to do mythical. So we need an 11. Our board is a -3. We have a +3 from this, so this is a 0. So straight up roll. We need an 11 or better. Please get us an 11 or better. 10 and 2 is a 12, just barely an 11 or better. That means he takes 3 + 1, that's 4 damage out of 5. And we did not fail that roll. Oh, you know what else I forgot to do? I just realized it from the previous combat. I forgot in the previous combat to give us the 2 life force from the Blackhand Thurifier. Oh no, we can't be forgetting that. Alright, let me grab that right quick. I got so excited about that loot roll that I just completely just zoned out on the life force roll. Or doing life force. So here's the 2 life force. We're going to go ahead and put that over there. Put it by the academy just as a place to hold it for now. And if we kill this guy, we'll get another 2 for that. Okay. So first one is good to go. So now we're going to do spiritual or chaos next. It's going to be chaos. We have a -2 and nothing to help us offset that. Uh-oh, we're probably going to be taking damage. So we need a 13. Yeah, 5 and 2 is a 7. That's a 5. Yeah, that is not a 13. So we take 1, right? But remember, now we have to do the evade check because of his special ability. So we're going to do our evade test. It's a 10. We have 3 from our boots, 1 from our character level. So that's 4. So we need a 6 or better. Oh my lord. Yes. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So, good to go there. So we didn't take any extra damage. And then, of course, the last thing that we're going to attack with is spiritual, which we have a 3 and a 4 from our hero board. That's a 7. Obviously, we're using the bow. Oh my god, are you serious? Are you serious? It's an 8. That is a fail. Wow. So we were at, let's see, 13, 12. We were at 11, so we were at 10 for that previous hit. So now we're going to lose, we're actually losing 2, 9, 8, and now we got to make that same evasion check. We need a 6 or better. We've made that, so we didn't take any extra damage. Oh, man. I don't want to evade out of the chamber, because remember, that just drives the incantation track up, so we're in it to win it. Starting the next round. What are we going to start with this time? Okay, starting with spiritual. Let's see if we can do with a +7. We need a 15, so we need an 8 or better to knock this one out of the park. 3 + 4 is on a sheet 7. Yeah, 8 or better. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? It almost was a 4, then it rolled to a 14. Alright, he's toast. He's gone. He's out of here. We defeated him. So, before I forget, 2 life force. Boom. Into the temple. Into the academy. Now we got to do our loot roll. 8+ will get us money, and 16+ will give us... that's just offensive. I didn't get a 16, but we did get 100 gold. So we got a little bit more gold. At least we're getting gold this time. Remember, we started out not getting nothing. Of course, these rolls are much lower. So there's 100 gold. Oops. It's going to go to our hero. This guy is out of here. That champion has been defeated. And that ends the combat there for our paladin. Awesome. So the next thing we're going to go to is actually we're going to go to our battle mage, and I think she is going to head north. Maybe. We've got kind of 3 enemies in a general area. Maybe she can take some of those guys out. She can't unlock any doors, so maybe she can take them out. All right, here we are. We go with her. We're going to head north, I think. And that's the best. So we're going to use her first activation, which is the 4th activation. And she has 2 actions there. So the first one obviously going to be move. Now remember, she does have the torch. Hers didn't go out. She gets a d6 + 2 plus another 2. Alright, so let's see what she rolls. Oh my god. 1 plus a 4 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Alright, second action of her fourth activation. This plus 4. 9. Now that's more like it. Let's see. She's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's go up there where she's at. Alright, so she is very close to the skeletal grunt, which is what we're aiming to hopefully go take out. But that was both of our actions. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And actually, that puts her just within range to make it rating, which is not a surprise. I mean, that was gonna happen. So we'll take a rating token, place it on the minion. Oh, the other thing, well, we'll get to that when we get to the monster. So the skeletal grunt, this rating minion, a rating token is going to go on it. Her fifth activation. Again, she gets 2 actions. And you can't see this. It's 2 actions. So the first one is going to be moved. She's trying to get to him to fight him. 3 plus 4, that's 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. She'd actually stay right there, but she's not. She's going to go 5, 6. And then she's going to attack. All right, so let's take a quick look here at the grunt and see what she can do. All right, so here we are. These are the 2 items that she has equipped, the Outlaw Blade and the Mallory's Golden Bow. They both do 2 damage, and that's going to make a difference this time around, because if he chooses if he chooses mythical, we're going to use the Outlaw Blade, right? So we get a little bit of a bonus for that. So let's roll. We only get 1 attack, right? And remember, though, we get the final strike die because this is a minion. So potentially, we could kill him with the final strike die if we hit with both. And it is 3. That's arcane. Okay, well, you know what? Arcane is good too, because we have a plus 4 with arcane. That number, so these 2, not using those. Arcane is what we're rolling. We're gonna choose the bow. So here's our arcane dice, and then our d20. So we need a 10. We got a plus 4 to our arcane with our hero ability. Nothing else applies here. So we need a 6 or better. Wow. Okay. Well, we missed with the arcane roll. So she takes 1 damage from that, but we do hit him with the final strike die. So he's going to take 2 damage from that. So we need to put 2 tokens, because remember, on her turn, she can't attack twice, right? So she can't use an action to attack and then use an action to attack again, as I understand it. So he's taking 2 damage. Boom. And man, 4, that's an 8. Yeah, that's not enough. Now, alternatively, what we could go ahead and do is we could choose to utilize one of her special abilities, right? Because if you remember, she has that spectral sword. She only needs 1 damage to hit him. Let's do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to opt. She swings, she misses. And at the last second, he pulls up and starts to run away. And as he's running away, because this doesn't take an action, okay, she's going to fire her spectral sword. Now, it's going to cost her 2 essence. So she's going to go down to 11. She's going to roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, it's a miss. And then he's within 4 spaces, clearly. 1 or 2, it's a miss. 3 to 5, it's 1 damage. 6, it's 2 damage. So we really, oh man, that's true. Do we want to use that level? So, because if we hit, we want to be able to kill him, right? So we're actually going to spend 3 essence, and instead of using, so she's going to go to 10. Instead of using the level 1 spectral sword, she's going to use the level 2 spectral sword. Because that way, if we hit, that's guaranteed to kill him. So, let's roll the d6 and see what happens. Oh, yes. We murderized him. So, let's go back to the board and look at what happens. And, yeah, actually, yeah, we'll go back to the board and look at what happens. Well, he's going to fall down right there. Her next action, we'll just do it while we're here. There's no sense in cutting. Her next action, if she had one, is going to be to loot the corpse, because that's the only thing she can do. So, we're going to do a loot roll. Would have to be a 20. A 17 is good. This is channeled, so we need to make sure we put that back in our stack appropriately. He's gone. No loot. No gold. So, but he's out of here. He's off the table. No life force. So really nothing but a mob taken out. Cool. So that takes care of her. That is her 5th activation. So what does she want to do next? I think next she's going to go for that mystery chamber. We haven't done a whole lot of those, but there is one close to her, so she might as well go check it. Alright, so here we are, back with her final activation. We got her 2 tokens. Where's her other token? Right. We got her 2 tokens. And we're just going to move right into here. Try to move right into there to look at that mystery chamber. +4. It's a 5. 1, 2, 3. Boom. We're there. So, mystery chamber. So now what we do, if you remember, we have a mystery chamber bag. So we're going to look and see what is in that mystery chamber. So we've got our little bag here. You can see there's a bunch of stuff in there. We're going to reach in and pull out this one, and it's an empty chamber. Really? Of all the things you could be. Oh, well, she has another movement. What do we want to do with her movement? Yeah, that was her first action. Oh, those level 3 and 4s, man. Those are going to be rough. But remember, we do, for our level 3 quest, have to kill some level 3s and 4s. So, it will significantly. Can you just looking through here, these must be supposed to be the deaths of his brethren. He is asking for the heroes to venture forth in the castle and slay 2 level 3s and 2 level 4. By doing this, must come from chambers that were populated from the seeding process. Okay, so these that are flipped up, right, are ones that were part of the seeding process. So there's a 3 here, and there's a 4 on the other side. So, I mean, we got to do it at some point, right? Might as well get it over with. Let's use her next action to move that direction. 6, that is plenty. Plenty. With a 4, that's 10 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. She goes in. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a crate in here too. So we're going to be fighting our first level 3 monster. So this should be interesting. So let's go over to the battle page. Alrighty, so here we are. We've got our 2 potential weapons. We've got our level 3 champions. So we'll go with a quick shuffle. And shuffle. So we're going to be fighting an Elder Priest. Hand of Doom. Oh, Lord. So, man, look at those numbers. 16, 15, 14. Well, she's decent with Arcane and Chaos, so I guess that's good. 5 health, 2 life force. Hand of Doom. Before combat, each hero must test Hide to escape the gaze of the eye. On a fail, that hero must roll D3, result as health and essence loss. Alright, so before combat means it only happens once, thankfully. Must test Hide. Her Hide is a 2. So she needs a 12 or better. Oh, man. Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna do. So I probably should have done that. Well, yeah, I don't think it would matter before. Since Roger played with the scalable mode, I am gonna add that in now. Because remember, at level 3, there's no change. At level 2, it's a -3 to any kind of check difficulty. Makes it a little bit easier. At level 1, it was -6. And after having played through the first full quest table, I can see why, because these checks are extremely hard. I mean, you're level 1, you need to roll a 16 and a 15 consistently for traps and stuff like that. It just makes it brutal. And it really hurts. So that's 14 is actually Hide is going to become an 11. I'll have to try to remember that on the way forward because I'm not used to doing that. It's going to become an 11. Her Hide skill is a 2, so she needs a 9 or better. 13. Look at that, like a champ. She actually would have had it the other way, but that usually doesn't happen. So she doesn't have to worry about any of that. So she's not going to lose any health or essence, which is great. So let's look at what this guy's got. We've got Arcane, we've got Ranged, and we've got Chaos. Alright. Arcane, Ranged, and Chaos. So, what are we going to start with? We're going to start with Ranged. So, obviously, she's going to be using the bow. She gets a +3 there. She has nothing on her sheet. So, it's a 15 with a +3. So, she needs a 12 or better to hit. 17. Yes, 17 will do it. So, that's going to be 2 damage. Onto the Elder Priest. Boom. Alright, then we need an Arcane or... Oh. Okay, come on now. Quit rolling the same number. That's a 3rd 2 in a row. Good Lord. Alright. Arcane. She gets a +4 for that. Now that's a higher number. That is a 16. So she needs a 12 or better for that as well. Woo! Man, she is on fire. She may be... Wait. Did I just roll a 16? What? Hold on. I'm an idiot. Let's go back. Jeez. What was I thinking? We'll do Ranged first. This +3. I need a 15. 9 and 4. 9, 10. That's 13 and 3. Okay, so he did take the first 2 damage. That was legit. And then we're going to do Arcane. This +4. Oh, wow. 17 plus, yeah. So, hey. I don't know why in the world I grabbed those. So that means that's a total of 4 damage. Alright. We got one more, which is Chaos. She has a +5 to this. It's a 14 on him. That's a 17. Man, we are rolling hot. Alright. Bam. She takes it out. He is gone. Loot roll. 9 plus for 200 gold. 16 plus for a treasure. And neither one of those happened with a 7. That's horrible. But hey, she took him out. And we're going to get 2 more life force for that. Let's grab 2 life force. For a total in our pool of 6. So I'm going to put 6 in there. Boom, we've got 6 life force. Awesome. That's a good start. And this is a level 3 champion. So what I've done is I've put these tokens, these level 3 and 4 tokens on that card. It says to put them on the card as you complete them. But I put them on the card to remind me that that was there. Otherwise, I probably would have forgot. So I'm going to take one of those off. So now we got to have 2 4s and 1 more 3 to complete. That's a level 3 quest. So we'll just have to try to keep that in mind. There's a lot going on in this game. Multiple people playing, helping to keep up with that would be, ideal. But it's hard to find a group that's gonna sit down and would spend. I mean, I literally think you could spend all day. When you see how much time I've spent doing this. Now, obviously, it would go quicker if you're all just rolling and you're not having to film and whatever. But you'd have to have a group of people that were just really dedicated to completing this thing out. That will be a long day. But if they love dungeon crawls, man, 100% worth it. They would absolutely love it. Okay, cool. So yeah, that champion is bye-bye. And that was her last activation. So that completes all the hero activations. So we're going to go down to the board and complete the monster phase. Alright, so here are the monster phase. So one of the other things that Roger did in his playthrough is that he, with the solo Crusader mode, you actually don't do raiding unless you run into them and then they start raiding. So, I forgot. She had a crate. We didn't do her crate. Hold on, let's go back just for a second. We got to do her crate. There may be some goods in the crate. Of course, with my luck, it's probably going to be another monster. Yay! So, here's our bag. So remember, there was a crate in her room. So wait, you know what? I think we have to have an action to do that. I don't think she can smash it. Let's see here. With one action, move and attack a minion, move and attack a guardian, move into a chamber with the champion, move and mine, move adjacent to a dead minion. Oh no, heroes can do it at no cost. Okay. So let's see what she had in that crate. Let's go with this one. Oh gosh, an empty crate. Dang it. There's really good stuff in those crates too, items, huge copious amounts of coin, all the things that you need to be all the adventurer that you can be. And I can't find it for crap, apparently. Alright, anyway, so boom, there you go. There's the monster phase. Now, remember, this is a house rule that I'm fixing to do. Since we're looking specifically for those orc archers to complete that quest, the 6 of them, I'm going to roll on the guardian track If I roll like I would roll for a Guardian, I'm going to look through the deck and pull out the first one of those that I find, whether it's the elite or not elite, and that will wait, you know what? Let me double check and see. Can't remember. Yeah, they are minions. That's what I was thinking. So we'll make sure they're minions. Alright, so I'm gonna roll. If I roll a 20, the replacement minion will be, and it's not. So instead, just go to our regular level 2 minions. Remember, level 2. Give it a shuffle. We draw the top one because we have 4, we need 5. And it is a green cultist of Zul. So we're gonna grab the green cultist of Zul, standee, and we're gonna have to roll for a location with a D8 where it will start. It's gonna start in 4. So we're going to place it on 4, 2, 3. Where's 4? Where is 4? Oh. So it's going to go on 4. There's one already there. So we roll this. We're going to put it on the green side. So it's going to start and actually be going in the green direction. All right, cool. So remember, we're not doing the Guardian roll. We're going to do this like the rules are for Solo Crusader. So let's go and start processing our movement, starting with the Red Cultist of Zul. Alright, here we are with the Red Cultist of Zul. Actually, you know what? Since we've got that view, let's actually go over here. So the Red Cultist of Zul is right here. She's going to roll for a direction and a number. So that's a green, it's an orange 2, and she is a D6 plus 2. So it's going to be orange 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes care of her. Red Shadow down here in this corner. Shadow Servant. This does have Vanish. It says at the start of the Shadow Servant's turn, if it is raiding, it rolls a D20. Which it's not raiding, so we don't have to worry about that. So it's going to be regular movement. Now that, remember, notice that is a different ability than the other Shadow Servant that we saw in the level 1, which was just additional movement. If this rolled a 16 to 20, it would actually vanish and reappear a whole quadrant closer to the exit. So it's not just an extra set of movement, it's a whole quadrant, which could be way more than its normal movement. That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, relatively cool, I guess, depending on how you look at it. Oh, Jesus. All right, green 6. That's a D6 plus 3, so that's 9 on the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Then we have the blue Shadow Dweller. Boom, right here. D6 plus 4, nothing special about it. Gosh, it's got a 6 too. Man, these guys are moving. It's going to go on the blue. It's plus 4, so that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 3 movement left. Let's mark that. We got a decision point though, Skull Pile, so it's going to go green, so continue in the same direction it has been. For 1, 2, 3. Ooh, good thing it's not raiding. Green Orc Siegebreaker up here, so you'll see up here, this is the Orc Siegebreaker. This is the Cultist. Since this guy was already on the spawn point, I rolled a patrol die, and so this Cultist starts on the green. So the Orc Siegebreaker is going to start. We don't know where he's going to start at. It's a blue 3, and he's a D6 plus 2. His special ability is Rampage. If the Orc Siegebreaker raids the village, he's not raiding, so we don't have to worry about that. That's a 5 total on the blue, which is this same direction actually as the Cultist. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, we have the Cultist herself. Blue. Oh, well, she didn't roll a blue. She didn't roll that. She just rolled a 1 plus 2. Her ability, Heart of Darkness, has to do with combat. So that's a total of 3. So 1, 2, 3. So they're running around together. All right, cool. That is the entire first turn. So starting next turn, encounters could be bad. Well, yeah, we don't know what we're going to get starting next turn. Not terrible. That was quite unlucky with the trap for the paladin, but it happens. So yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with it. It is what it is, as they say. So yeah, that takes care of everything. And that ends this episode. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Come back and see us in the next episode, where we continue into the next round of Dungeon Crusade, where we will hopefully... oh, you know what I did forget to do? I forgot to move that marker down for our minions. Again, that roll is completely a house thing, but I think it makes sense thematically. Just because you could spend a lot of time searching through those decks since they get shuffled back in. Yeah, 6 is a pretty high number for that too, I think. But anyway, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. As long as it's on the quest table you're on, right? So if it's quest table 3 we needed some other specific thing, I wouldn't be rolling for that until I got to quest table 3. Let me caveat that. Alright, cool. That's everything. We didn't do any mining or anything like that, but at least you guys got to see some of our new gear in action, and especially those treads, adding a bunch of stuff to our attributes, which is awesome. So, we never removed Albus. We need to move Albus so he's at least close to somebody. Well, so far the only person with any money is the paladin. So let's at least run in that general direction. And remember, now that he's upgraded, he rolls a d10 and adds 10. He's got a 6, so that's, with his one of 2 actions, that's a 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Go ahead and use the second action to get right by the door. 18. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll say 9. That's fine. Yeah. Cool. So Albus is ready for his master when he comes out. Alright, now we're done. Man, that movement is so powerful. Man, that movement. So I mean, that if I can get some gear and stuff, I need to be selling it to get better gear. He can do some moving and grooving and get out and get back with gear and or potions or whatever really, really quick. So there you go. All right, cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Again, this is Justin from the Board Game Losers, signing off. Happy gaming. And thank you guys for watching. Come back and check us out in the next video. Bye, guys.